Good evening, everyone. I'm Rob Blashley with MMORPG.com. Tonight I have with me Gabriel LaForge.
Hi.
Gabe is currently, for a little while at least, the communications manager at Mechanist Games. And we have tonight for you City of Steam, which is published by Creative Squared Games.
Reality Squared Games.
Reality Squared Games. So close. We're almost done. So, anyways, tonight we have City of Steam. We're going to go through and we're going to play a little bit for you, show you what it's about. I'm a total noob to this game, like a lot of these that we end up playing with the developers, and hopefully we can show you a few things that you find interesting, enough to where you'll, I would say, almost download the game, but you don't have to, because it's currently resides in your browser. It's on the Unity engine, and I am in the tutorial area right now, clicking on things. And how about we let Gabe talk? Thanks for joining us tonight, Gabe. How are you?
Oh, no problem. I'm happy to join. It's actually a great time for you to be starting the game because we just had a major update about 12 hours ago where we re-added all of the old classes and races that people would have seen in our alpha and beta tests. So up to now, we had released the game about a month ago in May, and it was just limited content. It was just 3 races, 4 races, 3 classes. And as we went along, we would update and add different things and add more levels, classes, races, and everything. And now, at the very least, we have all of our races, all of our classes, and most recently what was added was the Dwarf, which I believe is what you were playing when I saw you there. The Greenskin races, the Goblin, Orc, and Hob, and the Chandler, my own personal favorite class, actually, was added back, and I'm happy to see it, and so are a lot of people, actually.
Yeah. So what are we at? 10 races and 4 classes?
Correct.
All right, so not too bad a combination to pick from. So I am at a Paracanter.
Oh, yes.
And a piercing siren echoes from the Paracanter. Its emergency channel light is lit. Click here to tune the emergency channel. So why don't you tell us what's going on in this world, or tell us a little bit what makes the game world in City of Steam so unique.
Well, it's, for one thing, it's set in a very steampunk-ish world. It's not pure steampunk like some people might expect it, but definitely a lot of heavy elements to it. So, if you, I don't know if you saw at the beginning, when you start the game, there's an intro button. If you click that, you see the entire planet that the story takes place on, and it's not a round planet like you'd expect. It's this huge mechanism of gears with where the flat surfaces is where people live, and so it's very mechanical, very industrial in that respect. And in this case, what's going on is there's sort of ancient technologies floating around in space of a time way before when things were more advanced, I suppose, and that was kind of lost over time. And now that some of that stuff is crashing back down on the planets, it's causing old technologies to fire up again, creatures crawling up from different gears on the mechanism that people have never even heard of. Nobody really knows what's going on, but the world is sort of falling to chaos, and you're kind of part of it right now. So some people are running away. Depends on which class you're playing. You have a different story depending on it. For example, the Dwarf, you're sort of a mercenary, and the beginning here is where you get caught up in it, what you do. You're trying to get to the very center of the world, where we're called Nexus, the City of Steam. And yeah, you try to see what's happening from there, try to save yourself, save your family, and see what you can do to either stop it or be part of it. It's all very mysterious.
Alright, well, we've got the new quest, this tutorial, the City of Steam, and we need to talk to the Delton Guard. You heard the Paracanter. Some kind of tower fell from the sky, and Brood came after. Get moving. I'm like, have we seen any other dwarves? So, there's a dwarf waiting outside. Okay. This could be awesome. Using portals, stand on a portal, we'll take in the next area. looky there, it worked.
And you should find also that, despite how the game looks and everything, the loading time should be fairly low, which is something we were really pushing with the game. It's easy to get it into, not just from it being in the browser, but it's also very light on the loads.
Mm-hmm. I've already loaded. And you can, it looks like there's a auto run to destination feature. Oh, look at that. There's like a tower robot looking thing in the back there fighting. There's some kind of massive transformer.
That's what we call the Colossus. He's kind of the guardian of this city called Delta. And he's one of those technologies that were flared up again by this Myth Tower, the Myth. Shoot, now I'm forgetting what it's called. It's a Myth Strike, but that's called a Myth. A Myth Spike. These are falling sort of all around the edges of the world and it's getting towards the middle again. And this one that crashed in the city kind of triggered that Colossus thing to wake from his hundreds of years of slumber, and people don't know what's going on, but they just know they have to get out of here.
Alright. So yeah, I just clicked follow, I just clicked on his name, and I'm running after him. I also noticed there is isometric or free 360 toggle view.
The option is always there if you prefer to just sort of lock it in, or if a lot of people prefer free roam camera, so the option is there as well.
And we completed the quest. I liked how it automatically highlighted the suggested item for you when you completed the quest, so there's no like, oh, which one's the best for me? This one's the best for you. Take that one.
Is this because being a browser game, we always had to consider that a large part of the game's audience would be more casual gamers, so we didn't want to be so hardcore that we would limit our audience too much or intimidate more casual players. So we always had to try to find a balance that we could strike between the two. Like it looks more like a hardcore game. It does have a lot of hardcore features, especially further in the game. But for newer players, we still want to give them the experience. Like, okay, this is how things work, and there you go. Have fun.
It's an interesting map feature you guys have that popped up here. When I tried to click on them, and it wouldn't let me go directly to them, and it popped up a map that showed me how to get to them.
Yep. Actually, that part of the map should be new. We used to have just like a mini map, pretty simple mini map kind of thing, and we updated it with the last patch, so it should be a lot easier to use. So you're kind of lucky in that respect. Our last map was okay, but not great.
I appreciate the thoughtfulness. I'm a fan of maps. It's still in beta. We're not even officially open beta yet either, so there's still a lot of things being refined, and I'm sure you'll find some things that aren't quite polished yet or kind of rough, but we'll be working on that as we move to open beta. Shillings.
Yes.
This is where all the shillings have gone to.
Yeah, the fun thing about shillings is you don't have to click on them. You can just walking over it will pick them up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that and keys you don't have to actually pick up. But any items, like weapons or armor or anything, those you have to pick up. And those items are also instants. So if you do, open a chest and a sword falls out and you're like, I want that. That's in your screen only. Even if you have a group or a team, they won't see the same items that dropped.
Gotcha. I thought I had a item I could equip. Apparently not. Let's see.
Fun thing with the warder that you're playing is if I don't know if you've unlocked that ability yet. Do you have in your hotbar down on the bottom of the screen? Do you have a number 2 ability?
I do.
It's very useful as an area of an AOE attack to break out of boxes. So, if you don't want to like hit crates and stuff one by one, I always like doing it, just like break them out one.
Well, I'm glad that you said that. I looked at them and I was curious if I could break, if there was a collision on the environment or not.
Indeed we do. That's the fun of it.
Yeah. Let's see. Weak oak staff there for you. So you mentioned the game is still in. It's not even really in a closed beta state yet, or an open beta state.
No, we had the closed beta in December last year.
So what is
This is like a pre-open beta that is also open. We don't call it a technically open beta because we know the perception of that is that it's technically a fully released game now in modern times. So we're like,
that stigma is starting to be associated with games.
yeah. So we're like, it's just beta. Open beta will have a lot more features and will be from there expanding even more. But for now, we're building up to having a more full enough game experience that we're just out there. Basically this right now. This is a soft launch, and we haven't done the hard launch yet.
Gotcha. I am apparently just missing out on something. Trying to get used to this camera. People are going to be going nauseous. Apologize. Well, yeah, I'm trying to get to that guy, and it looks like both of the doors are blocked with fire, and I didn't really get to.
Oh, yeah. If the doors are blocked with fire, then yeah, you just have to go around. I don't know exactly where your objective is. We should be able to go upstairs, I think. Let me see. Where'd you go? There you are.
Right there.
I believe, because I don't, since I'm a higher level, I don't see the exact exit that you should have. But I believe it should be up here. Or is that where we started?
Well, I'm assuming the blue line's supposed to kind of tell me the.
Yeah, you should have an arrow sort of guiding your character. Like if you look around your character model, there should be an arrow pointing towards the exit, and mine's actually pointing this way.
Okay.
Suppose it should be here. Yeah, it's pointing to this door.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the exit's there for you.
I'm getting an orange arrow pointing me back to that guy trapped in that room.
Oh, we have to talk to him. Can you click on the guy?
I didn't try to do that. It's a
I
swell ID.
I unfortunately don't see your NPC because.
There we go. What kind of maniac would build a house out of wood? Someone should tell these humans about coal. Yeah, let's build a house out of coal. Because that's not going to catch fire. I don't see any way through here. If you don't see one, then find one. If you can't find one, then make one. I think I can find a way through. Let's check. Alright. Regroup with the Forge Father. And now it's showing me. To go out where you were pointing to.
Alright.
Awesome. So I see these little boxes in the top right.
Top right. Oh, events, objectives, completion, all that?
Well, I was thinking there is a recharge reward, login bonus. I see the map. That keeps underneath the mini-map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are sort of incentives to come back and check on your character every day.
Gotcha.
Especially the completion.
Login for 8 consecutive days here.
Yeah.
And then I guess you get a reward for every so many levels. That's nice. Free stuff.
There's always reason to come in and check. Especially you'll be getting useful stuff like materials for crafting, and then shillings, keys to open things that are locked.
What's the have they talked about the current plans for how they're gonna release this when they finally do decide that it's out of a beta state?
Yeah, we were hoping to do so before the end of the year. Mm-hmm. This most recent patch was a pretty big one because of having all the races and classes now, at least all the original ones before we expand into brand new ones. So after this, we have another, at least 1 or 2 more patches planned where we'll be adding a lot more to the systems, like companies, which is sort of how our guilds are. More into PvP, expand on the suburbs we have, which are like the player hubs, dungeons, story content, quests. There's still a lot more we want to expand on that end before we're fully ready for an open beta. But for the plans we have right now, it should be before the end of this year. Hopefully in around September-ish. There's no set plan exactly because we have to see how it goes and fix a lot of bugs, but hopefully around that time is kind of what we're shooting for.
What kind of MMO systems that you find pretty standard for the course they're in now? Like, is there a crafting system, so to speak?
The crafting system now, unfortunately, probably too low level to see any of it because it only unlocks at a slightly higher level.
Okay.
It used to be 6. They may have changed it, and I wasn't told that was changed if it was, but it was 6 in the last patch. That's where you can start upgrading your weapon, adding sockets, adding elemental damage to it, changing its random properties. Really play around with your equipment.
Now I see that we've been getting a lot of loot to drop and money to drop, kind of like an action RPG almost. Is that kind of the feel that you guys were going for?
Yeah, originally it was more kind of a dungeon crawler feel that we were going for. And it sort of went into a sort of hybrid between dungeon crawler and action RPG. So there's the loot aspect, the dungeoneering aspect is there, but we also wanted to have a good story. We want the lore to be interesting. We want people to be interested in what's going on and be invested in the characters they meet and places they go. The game was actually based on a series of role-playing books that our creative lead wrote. So this does have tabletop roots. So we still want to have that feeling in there.
Okay, so once we progress through it, does it kind of turn into where, like, the City of Steam, or where we're headed, becomes kind of like a hub, and then we just do mostly instance dungeon-esque content from that point on?
Precisely. You'll have the hub where you'll be meeting other players, and then you can group up if you want. You can make companies and everything. We do also now have, since the beta itself was soft launched, we have wilderness instances where it's not just private instance for either yourself or your team, but also anybody can go. So it's more like not really open world, but an open instance where you go in, things are respawning, players are running around everywhere. You can jump into PvP if you want. It's just crazy, but it makes it more like your more typical MMO where instead of going into an instance, killing everything, going back again for them to respawn, they respawn dynamically, and you can just stay in there for however long you want.
So now this big Colossus thing is talking to this big demon thing.
Yeah, trying to punch him in the face.
Yeah, so the Colossus is awakened ancient technology. What's up with the demon guy?
He's kind of a mystery. We know he's of the Brood race, which comes... If you look at the world map, which I bet you don't have it there, but there's the top gears, which is where we're on, and there's 3 large lower gears under it, sort of like an underworld thing, and that's where he's presumably from. But what we know is he's attracted to this myth technology that has been falling from the sky like that. That's why he's sort of hanging around the tower, and then a lot of the creatures we've been fighting, they've been appearing because of it. At this point in the story, you don't really know why, but it is something that you get to investigate and look into as you progress the story. So
is he going to be one of the big bads of the original storyline?
He's part of it. There's more to it than meets the eye, but he is part of it, and quite the ugly face of what's going on right now.
Okay.
But yes, so he will come back. This is not the last you've seen of him. Where you are now in the station is kind of a mini hub. The first hub that we get players used to how things work, where you'll see other players running around. There's a couple dungeons in there, a few challenge dungeons, a couple of quests that you can do.
So tell me about a challenge dungeon.
A challenge dungeon, yes. In a normal dungeon, you just go in, get loot, kill monsters, and done. Fun. In a challenge dungeon, there's always a particular goal. Either break all the breakables, open all the chests, find the hidden flag, beat a boss, like a boss raid. And you have a certain time to do it. If you take forever to do it, then you get like the lowest reward, but the faster you do it, the better your reward. And from those you also get challenge orbs. And with these orbs, what you can do is you go to a transmuter machine, you put the orbs in, and then it sort of like spins around, and then you can get random items from it. And a lot of those items are temporary items that are usually premium. So for example, that's how you could get a steam bike to ride around on. You could get a pet from there. You can get cosmetics, cosmetic items to make you look cooler. You can even get permanent items like mods for your weapons, keys, shillings, materials for crafting. It's a way to sort of work your way up by... because the challenge dungeons are completely optional, so you don't have to do them, but if you do, you can get more out of the game that way.
Now, are those designed for solo players or group play?
You can do groups, especially the boss raids.
Okay.
They're recommended usually for 2 or 3 players.
Okay.
But there is an Iron Man mode where you can solo it if you want. It makes it harder, but the option is always there.
Now, I just attained level 4, and with that, I get to open up apparently my first talent.
Yes.
And I see that they progress all the way through level 100. Is that the current level cap right now? 100?
The current level cap in this particular patch is 38.
38.
Which means we have a lot more we want to add before we're satisfied with the game. But yeah, level 100 is sort of what we're aiming for. We'll see when we get there. But for now, 38. The highest we've gone was in closed beta. We had up to level 40. And we at least have stuff we know we want to do for up to level 60-ish. And after that, it's going to be the more epic stuff that we have plans for, but we haven't started working on yet.
Alright. Sounds good. I picked the middle of the road one to give myself some steam and health. Yeah,
that's a good idea. For Warder, it's especially useful because you don't technically have a lot of steam to play with, but your abilities, although pretty strong, do drain you fairly quickly. So having a bit of extra steam does help out if you're going to be using a lot of abilities.
I'm supposed to go get some coal now. Content: unlock the coal yard. Find the first storage cart. Alright. This guy's name's Gimli.
We always know what's going to happen.
Yes.
Can't have a dwarf and not have Gimli.
No, you can't. Or Athrogate somewhere. Recommended level 3 plus. Enter there.
Yep. Here you should find level 3 plus is recommended, and there's a challenge, and then there's the normal one. For your quests, the normal one should be flashing if you go in. Yeah, I think you've already have.
All right. Click to check your quest destination. Find the storage cart. There's the storage cart on the minimap. Let's go there. We gotta kill some glitter bugs.
Oh yes.
Never did like glitter bugs. I love how glitter bugs have shillings on them.
It's one of those RPG tropes, like, oh,
yeah.
I killed a tiny monster and then this huge two-handed weapon dropped out of it. Where
yeah, or it had gold. It's like, I mean, really?
Yeah.
I guess you can explain the gold by being like, yeah, it's got a small brain, it's attached to shiny things, it collects them and carries it around.
It's sometimes it makes sense with things like the rust wolves. Where rust wolves are attracted to eating metals, so of course they would have shillings in them if they found any to eat. But other things, yeah, it's just part of the trope.
You know, there was actually a single-player game many, many moons ago that kind of made fun of that, and it had your character get paid based on their rank every so often, instead of actually finding money off of drops.
I've played a game like that before.
Yeah, it was Final Fantasy VIII. I didn't want to just come right out with the name, but yeah, based on your rank, you got paid.
Yeah, you could still grind if you really wanted to, but usually your pay was about enough if you played it. I don't know, I remember it. It was an interesting way to do it, actually.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. More coal for the coal eaters. All right.
There we go.
We filled the first cart. We got the green gear.
Yep.
Entering Delton Station. And I think we'll actually come back in here when we're done and show the challenge mode version of it.
Sure thing. And we can, the quest will lead you there eventually anyway, so that to get people used to challenges. But if you want to do it right away, that's also an option. It's there is no such restriction as to stop you from doing so.
I think we'll do it. All right, let's see. New equipment. Scout bracers. Go. Got all this gear. And I put it on. There we go. And I have a shield now. I don't really think that I want the shield.
Yeah, it's you can choose between your weapon stances. You can go weapon and shield, two-handed weapons, or dual wielding. So that's why you'll see in your inventory there's 4 equipment slots for weapons, including the shield.
How do I switch stances?
It's on the bottom
there we go.
bar next to your Steam gauge. You'll have those 3 weapon icons.
Well, this is interesting because it shows weapon. I'm highlighting weapon and shield right now, and now I'm switching into dual weapons, and it's just got my sword and shield on still. Or I'm actually, I have all of those showing on me at once. I just noticed that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
As equipment, they show up, but it will. You'll see the difference in. Oh, actually.
We are a team located for the Coal Yard boss raid.
Let me join in. All right. Yeah, you'll actually see the difference once your weapons are out in an instance. You'll see it's actually kind of fun to see if you do have all kinds of weapons and you go and switch between all stances. You'll see like he sheathes, draws, and that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah, currently you're using. You're doing. I myself prefer the two-handed weapons. They're slow, but they pack a punch.
I like two-handed weapons when they're hammers.
Ah, yeah, I can see why you would like that as a dwarf.
Another trope, but I am a fan.
What's fun about our dwarves in our lore is that they're not actually, usually elves and dwarves are the ancient races that have been around forever. In this world, they're actually creations. A dwarf is not born; they are literally made from forges. They're half organic, half mechanical beings.
Interesting. And the females do not look female.
They are genderless.
I was wondering about what was going on there when I went to create my character. I was like, it looks exactly the same.
Everything else has male, female, but dwarves are just dwarves. You can say he, she, it, doesn't matter. They're
gender neutral.
They're genderless beings. Yep.
My score 100. Look at that. Epic conclusion to my saga.
Oh yeah, the 100 that pops up. That's experience you got.
Oh.
Lots of stuff. And you see that the chest you just opened. That's one of those things that use keys. So and the game has locked doors, locked chests.
Mm-hmm.
So it's if you're going to an instance that has a lot of locked things, it's probably going to have a lot of better drops. But it's good to have enough keys to take advantage of it. And keys do drop. And you can get them from transmuters, you can get them from quests, daily rewards, yeah. So.
Okay, so what other kind of thing is there in City of Steam that we really haven't showed yet?
Well, if you want, I can teleport you to the larger player huts.
Lead on.
So I don't know. Did you leave the instance?
It kicked us out after a minute.
Oh right. Alright, what I'll do is, unless you want to continue the tutorial, I can bring you to a larger hub and have a look around if you want.
No, that's fine. Take us to a larger hub. That way we can show people what we got. Oh, and I didn't collect my level rewards yet. Claimed. Got some smack rolls.
Give me a second, and then I will show you the refuge. The refuge is the very first place that players will find themselves after finishing the entire tutorial. And right now, you're sort of like in the semi-tutorial part where it's teaching you how hubs work. And this would be the actual first hub of the game. If I can load it. Let me see here. Just take a second.
Not a problem.
Yeah, I think the game, although light, only takes a couple of megs to load things. For example, that's why it's fast. The rest is just streamed. I do have the problem with my home computer that my C drive is full and keeps giving me memory low error. Therefore, I think I cannot load any further of the game until I delete some stuff. So,
okay.
I delete on my computer. Right, let me do that then. Oops. There. Alright, let's try again.
So I noticed there are 2 types of currency, it appears. Maybe even 4. Electrum, Spire Marks, Shillings, and Keys. We've talked about keys, and we've talked about shillings, but what are Spire Marks and Electrum?
Electrum is the premium currency, so if you pay money to the game, it transfers as Electrum, so that's how you can get a lot of the premium stuff like the cosmetics, extra convenience items like crafting materials and extra keys if you're out, revives, extra inventory and storage space, stuff like that. Spire Marks are a free currency that gives you access to some of the premium content. So you can buy a Steam bike, you can buy a pet, you can buy some of the materials and mods and everything with Spire Marks. And those you get by doing daily logins, by finishing challenges, doing completions. So somebody who just wants to play the game for free can still work up to most of what a paying player can. So the restrictions are really the restriction is really only time. So if you pay money, you save time. If not, go ahead and grind. You can still pretty much work your way up.
Okay, is there a limit to how many challenge mode dungeons a person can do in a day then to earn Spire Marks to keep them from like getting too many duplicate?
Spire Marks would be limited to the challenges. You would not get Spire Marks directly, but from the challenges you would get challenge orbs, and that you can go into the transmitter and get Spire Marks from.
Okay.
Daily logins will give you Spire Marks, and sometimes level up rewards, I think.
Because I got
they've changed in the new patch, so I haven't been able to really play around with it. But
gotcha.
There would be. The only limit would really be right now is where if you're doing all these challenges over and over and over again to get more challenge orbs. We do have an energy system, and eventually you would run out of energy if you keep doing it. It does replenish itself over time, and there's other ways of getting energy, but if you're purely doing challenges, your energy would eventually run out if you're doing it non-stop.
Okay.
So that would sort of be the restriction on that. I think I need to clear my cache. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You said you were going to clear your cache. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Firefox. History.
I'm just going around collecting coal out of the instances while I'm waiting for you.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Crimson in chat wants you to know that he loves his gunner in this game.
See if that, there we go. Cache. Clear now. Okay, let's see if I can reboot the system now. Yeah, because unfortunately, because I was out of space on my C drive, smartly enough, when I went back to the game after clearing some space on my computer, it stopped loading at the last spot that I was stuck at when my memory was full. Therefore, it wouldn't continue loading. Now, hopefully it will, now that I've cleared the cache. Please work.
I'm back in the challenge mode.
There we go. The boss. Yeah,
yes.
it's good. The bosses do have pretty good drops. So if you're just going for equipment, that's.
I'm level 4. I'm not really concerned about equipment at this point in the game. I'm one of those people. It's like it's disposable off as level.
Pretty much. Yeah. You can upgrade it once you reach level 6, and that helps a lot. Especially as the game does get more difficult as you get further.
That's good to hear.
And upgrading equipment gets really useful. However, upgrading lower equipment to the max is still very helpful, but eventually you want higher level weapons. But there is part of crafting a transfer option. So, for example, if you upgraded a weapon to plus 10, so 10 times, and you get this new weapon, and you have to start from scratch for its upgrade, you can go to the transfer thing and transfer 80% of your upgraded weapons levels to your new weapon. So you could get from your plus 10 weapon, give your new weapon up to plus 8 without having to waste materials and everything on it.
Okay.
So that's actually pretty cool. Alright, if you're ready, I will teleport you to the refuge.
I am ready.
Alright. Don't move, you'll be jolted in a second.
The game is telling me that the first ability of my quick bar is my default attack. I should click on it while enemies are nearby to try it.
Always a helpful tip.
The refuge.
Yep. Oh, there you are.
To the Iron Waste.
Welcome to the refuge.
Hooray!
This is a fairly large area, but even considering the space, memory-wise, you still only need to download about 4 megabytes to load this level.
Cool. So what is there to see? There's a spinning statue of a man in a top hat here in the center of
Yes,
town.
this is. Let me check if this is the founder's statue. This is in honor to people who supported the game back in our early stages of alpha and beta, closed beta, rather.
Cool.
A lot of people give us great support, even though we weren't a huge name. We're just a smaller, semi-independent company at the time. And yeah, people were really supportive of the game. It was great, and we put the statue in the honor here. What else? From here you can do PvP once you've unlocked it. I'm not sure if at your level if it's available yet. This is also where you get your first sort of player house. Run-down little refuge shack up in the...
Alright, where are you? Let's go take a look at the little housing area or whatever.
Sure. Where are you? I think I see you.
I'm still at the founder's statue.
Alright. I'm right here. So if you would have come in from the rail hauler up there, you see up the stairs here, there's like a train sort of thing up there. That's a rail hauler, and that's how you would have gotten to Nexus from Delta. That's where we were, the rail hauler station. And from there, you're sort of thrown into the refuge. It's not the nicest of places. You sort of want to move up in the world and get out of here to a nicer part of the city. But yeah, this is your humble beginnings, and it's in the spirit of industrial age lore. There's the human section here. There's the elf section here for Riven and Draug, and the greenskins have their own separate section here on the side, which is sort of even more run down.
Where do I go?
Dwarves are even more isolated from that. They're way down here, over here.
Sweet.
But I don't know if you have sound on right now. But if you listen, there's a little background noise to this place with a bit of music.
I
and
did.
You'll
I had
hear
to turn it down a little bit.
a rail hauler announcement voice, and one of our favorites is where it goes like, "All foreign nationals and greenskins must present identification." So even if you're native from this city, but you happen to be greenskin, you have to show identification. It's like it's that kind of industrial prejudice that we love to put in there.
I'm sure they love it too.
Oh yeah.
So what's this right here?
This would be your house,
Oh, okay.
the dwarf house. We're actually thinking about expanding the housing system a little more, where you can customize how it looks like it for your own character. And,
So this is my own little instanced house.
Yep.
Chest.
Oh, actually, I don't see it because I went on a separate instance, but yeah.
I just.
So it's kind of dirty. It's run down. Not much to it. You can break some crates if you
I was
want.
about to say I'm breaking all the crates away. These
But yeah.
shelves are completely bare, missing even the smallest morsel of dwarven cuisine. Leave the pantry alone.
How sad.
It's begging to be cleaned, yet it won't let me clean it.
Yeah, we used to have quests where you had to clean up the place and then put food in the pantry and everything. We kind of removed that because it got redundant, but you can see remnants of it back in your, like, there's a suitcase, the luggage on the side, there's rubble everywhere.
Yeah. You can't
There's
clean
a
your
chest,
house, but
there's a
you can
chest you
destroy
can't
it.
open yet.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I said you can't clean your house, but you can destroy it.
Yes, parts of it you can destroy, which does make the debris of the destroyed object disappear. So it's sort of cleaning it, I guess, in a weird way.
Oh, part 2 of my house. And I'm getting money from destroying things in my own house. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I can farm my house if I'm broke.
Exactly. It's like finding changing the couch.
And there's like a rat man in my house.
Oh,
So
you're
I'm
in
the
cellar.
dwarf house
Yeah.
cellar. Look at that.
Yeah, you have a large cellar, but it's not exactly uninhabited.
It's not exactly uninhabited at all. It's actually very inhabited.
That's actually part of the quest. It's kind of playing on the kill 10 rats.
Yeah.
Sort of typical quest where you go home and you realize, let's clear out the cellar, but it's not tiny rats. It's freaking ratmans.
I've got mail because I'm level 5.
Oh yeah, you get the mailing system.
I feel like Meg Ryan.
Nice.
I'm just glad you got it. I was really mad if you'd have like been totally lost on you. You're like, I don't know what you're talking about, guys.
If you're Meg Ryan, does that make me Tom Hanks?
I guess so. I just got an ability, so I can apparently bump up the damage modifier on one of my 3 primary attacks, and I'm going to go with Crescent Slash, except, and now I can close the window.
I also went with Crescent Slash. It's a good one-on-one damaging ability. Also, you can, if you don't like the num keys or you have particular abilities that you'll be using a lot, you can remap your keys in the options. It was something players were asking us for a long time back in the previous tests, and in this version now you can remap pretty much all your keys on the keyboard.
That's usually a
Because
fan favorite.
I know not everybody likes WASD specifically, especially certain European keyboards where that doesn't really exist in that order. So the option's always there to change that around.
Yeah, it's like, we don't have QWERTY keyboards around here. Use a different standard. It just does happen.
So instead of just giving the option to switch between it, just there you customize it to whatever you want. You can have TFGH if you prefer. It's all good.
For the arrow keys, I can imagine people do that.
Yeah. The only thing though is with Unity, the typical thing is to use the mouse for camera rotation.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of players have been asking for a way to manipulate the camera using the keyboard.
Yeah.
However, considering 3 dimensions, that is kind of hard. If you're an isometric, it's not so bad. It just needs to rotate on the X and Y axis. But actually, just one axis, really. But with 3 camera, it's kind of harder to rotate.
I just major crit these rats.
Nice.
Yeah. So all 10 are dead. They can GTFO my house. This is Dwarfville, not Ratville. And it looks like
you can go even deeper to the ever-present in any game ever made sewer level.
Sweet. And of course, we'll find more than rats down here.
You'll find even larger rats.
Oh, lovely. Any snakes?
Actually, we do not have snakes. We have slugs.
I've ran into some of those. They were intriguing. How deep does this rabbit hole go?
You're actually in the last level. So it's once you clear that out, you'll be fine.
All right.
Yeah, how are you doing at level 5 fighting level 6 things? Seem to be doing fine, I guess.
Doing alright. Of my own. They've apparently never ran into a dwarf before.
Yes, if you go by patterns, I haven't seen a dwarf until 12 hours ago.
My makers made me well.
You were made out of one of the good forges.
Yeah. Probably not really. Probably made out of the dirty forge that they... Like, yeah, we're not going to sweep this one today. Leaving some of the crumbs.
Yeah, maybe that's why you're no longer living around that forge. And they gotta kick you out, maybe.
I know, right?
The runs.
Whoa! There's Papa Rat. Why has he gotta be an albino? Right?
Yeah.
Those beady pink eyes.
I guess we
He's dead already. He disappointed me. Expected him to be able to work challenge.
we always have sort of prejudice going around. It's not just for the green skins and the dwarves, but also I don't know if you've ever seen our Power Steam video, which we made back in closed beta, sort of like a funny promotional thing. But it was just part of a joke sort of thing, and we was like talking about how we can have all these sort of customizations, and even down to the hair color. And we mentioned so was ginger in there, and people were like, "What? Why?"
Ginger should have been
all in good fun.
And it dumped us out, not in our house.
Yeah, we came out of sort of like the well over there.
Interesting. So did that unlock my chest in my house now?
No, the chest right now is just purely there for show. It would have at one point, you would have finished the quest where you get a key for it. But right now it's just sort of an NPC sort of interactive item in your house that just stands there. Possibly later down the line, we'll have a quest that activates the chest, or we'll remove the quest, the chest from there entirely. Like I said, a lot of stuff is still rough, so you'll see a lot of remnants from previous renditions of the game.
Okay, so it's just a tease for now.
For now, it's either it's pretty much a tease. We don't even know if we'll keep it in there, so it's just kind of like, hey, a chest which you can't open.
What it should be is like a storage chest where you put your own stuff in there.
Yeah, well, our storage is actually even more clever. It's not just a chest that can magically contain anything. Storage is right here. I don't know if you're probably too low level to use it, but it's actually a mnemonic tube system.
Oh, like an old bank.
Yeah, so it actually makes sense that if you put something in this storage and you go to a completely different part of the city,
yeah,
and you can still get the same item, well,
yeah.
it's because mnemonic tube system, man. Logic.
My new spike shield is better than my tourney shield, is what told me. Thank you, Bad, for letting me know that.
Yeah. If you want to sell it, there's a shop here that you can get rid of some extra stuff if your inventory is getting full.
I think we're doing good, which is kind of amazing for you. I'm a bit of a pack rat. Sell you for some shillings. Sell you for some shillings. Let's see. Sell all trade goods.
I don't know. In your inventory, do you have challenge orbs yet? I don't know if you probably got some.
I have a transmuter orb.
Yes. Oh, it's transmuter orbs now. Yeah, we used to call them challenge orbs.
I got two.
Technology. If you come up here, this is where you would use it in the transmitter here. This big machine.
Show us what I've won.
Yeah, if you can spin it once, and if you see something you like, you can lock it in. And the more you get of that same thing, the better your reward. So you can lock it in, spin again, lock some more in, spin it, and try to get like as many as you can, up to 7 of them, and then you get the best reward for that particular item type.
Alright, let's see.
And the more you spin, though, the more you'll see like there's a pressure gauge at the bottom there. So once that fills up, you can't keep spinning unless you either clear the pressure or are lucky enough to have a couple of pressure-reducing spins in there.
Okay, so it looks like I get overclocking, alloy, shard, alloy, cosmetic, bomb, vehicle.
Okay. So if you see something you like, you can either click on it to see what the rewards would be, depending on how many of them you've spun, and you can lock it in with the lock icon on the outside rim there. And if you spin again, it'll stay there, so you can keep matching it.
I lost it. Oh well. So, is there anything else that you want to show off that we haven't looked at yet that people
if you want to see more sort of better looking suburbs, because I've shown you the refuge, which is not exactly the best looking place. Actually, I can show you the brand new suburb that came in with this patch, which is actually pretty awesome looking. Let me just
check that out.
There, if I can remember which number. It's one of these two. Did I get that right? No.
I don't know.
Although this is a pretty cool one, but not the one I wanted to go to. So let me try that again. There we go. Actually, while we're in there too, if you want to check out PvP, although I'm radically out-leveled for you, but you can see what it looks like if you want.
Okay, sure. Kill me real quick. That's no big deal.
There you go. You should be on your way.
Entering dungeons consumes energy. When you have no energy, many dungeon portals become unavailable.
Yep. There are plenty of other things you can do without energy, like PvP, wilderness instances, which is where it's like the open instance where everybody can go, the public instance really. You can do anything else. It's just the quest-related and challenge-related dungeons need energy so that you don't.
You don't game the game.
You can't like grind for 12 hours and then you've done all the content. You know, it kind of paces you that way.
All right, so where are we going,
honestly,
sir?
we have some refining to do with the energy system, and there's a small possibility that we'll just get rid of it entirely because people are just finding ways around it, so it's not really fulfilling its original intent. But we'll see how that goes.
How about that armor?
Yeah, the armor shop has a pretty cool icon there, and if you look behind there, where is it? Oh yeah, over here.
I want his dog.
Oh yeah, one of the pets. That's one of the rust wolves or rust pups.
I want this guy's gear. He's got like all of it. So it's
Oh
like
yeah, you're like this to be here. People have to be like level 30, yeah, level 32.
Yeah.
It's a very high level hub that you're in.
Can they see me? Because I was told I'm special.
Yeah, they'll see you and be like, "What's the level 5 doing here?" Even for me, I'm only level 20. No, this character I'm only level 17. I think.
Yeah, you have the big GM icon over your head. I think they're going to figure out what you're doing
that
there.
kind of gives it away. Yeah, if you go over here, this is
It's like a naked steampunk chick over here.
She's not naked, but yeah, I guess she kind of looks naked. But she's, you know how there was the Colossus in Delton?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like the city's guardian. In this city, it's the Oracle, and she doesn't fight, but she does have an ability to kind of tell the future, which is kind of these predictions that you see printing into the floor here.
I thought you were going to say mesmerize.
Or that too.
Look into my eyes. You have big giant paper scrolls coming out of your eyes, lady.
Yeah, she's crying the future into paper. It's awesome. Yeah, she's part of the world lore that comes from the books, and yeah, she's also, if you follow the story, if you heard the introduction video before you start playing, there's like a voice, a narration, really. That is technically the Oracle speaking, so cool. You're hearing the story from her perspective when it's not you personally.
Where's the PvP at?
All right, let me start that up. Dual invite.
I'll let you know that I'm a dwarf. I bite. I bite. I'm a dwarf.
You're just gonna break my shins, are you?
You never do. It's the arena modes.
So yeah, PvP is instanced, so you don't have to fight around other players and bother everybody when you do fight. But yeah.
Oh, first blood's mine.
Yeah, good luck with that, buddy.
I didn't say I was gonna win. I just said first blood was mine.
Sure. Just gonna stand here for a bit. I'm gonna laugh at you because you're not doing anything to me. Ooh, wait.
You paid to win.
Check this out.
Yeah, go ahead. You're dancing? Oh, you're
dancing.
You're doing like the horsey or something.
I'm doing a Gundam style.
Oh, God. I can't play this game anymore.
Yeah, that's the make or break point. It's like Gundam style, either yes or nope. It's very polarizing. There you go. All right, enough of that. There we go.
You kill me. There you won. I think you won. Yes.
Kick in the back of the head, and there you go.
And I'm dead. Congratulations, you killed me. Do you feel better about yourself?
Yeah, I feel so special having defeated the level 5 character.
All right.
So that's like a pure duel instance, but there's also PvP arenas. Companies will also have PvP instances where you fight company against company, and
that's your equivalent of guilds in this game, correct?
All
right.
Unfortunately, guilds are not quite done, so there's to see. Right now, you'll get you can make a company, invite people. You can upgrade it, get bonuses from it. But as far as events that are related to it and PvP and all, it's not in yet, so it will be coming in later.
It's cool.
So yeah, that's the.
All right, so this is City of Steam.
Yeah, that's the meat of it. There's a lot more detail to it if you play and try to find everything out and do crafting and try to go through the quests, but that would take a long time to show. So,
yeah.
So it's good to find that out on your own. If you like what you see, you can try the game.
All right. Well, thanks, Gabriel, for taking the time out and talking to us about City of Steam.
Oh, it's been fun, Rob. I hope you liked what you saw, and that people who've been watching that they give it a try.
Great. And where can they find it at?
They can find it at cos.r2games.com.
Right.
You can also just write citysteam.com. It'll redirect you to the main site, to our publisher's portal.
All right, citysteam.com. Thanks for your time, Gabriel.
Yep.
Everybody else out there, have a great evening.
You too.